The night seems both endless and way too short. I'm awake but exhausted when Mags comes to rouse us. We wash up and put on our old training outfits, since they won't dress us until we're in the holding pens at the arena. I know Maisley's unhappy with me for abandoning the newcomers. As a peace offering, I slip BT's birthday gift, the turnip potato, into a light packet, into her hand as we head to the kitchen. Although she doesn't acknowledge me, it disappears into her pocket. There's a big hot breakfast, but it's all Wyatt and I can do to swallow a few bites. The stuff sticks in our throats, and Maisley only wants coffee. Lulu, on the other hand, eats a stack of pancakes as high as her head and fistfuls of bacon, confirming that she's far too gone to know what the next few days will hold for her. That's a blessing, I guess. She looks so defenseless without her snake. Wyrus gives us some last minute pointers and then seems to shut down. Mags hugs each of us and says that whatever happens, we have been remarkable. She knows at least 3 of us won't be back. What else can she say? The pretense is over. We're being propelled forward, faster and faster, to the inevitable moment when the gong sounds. All the tribute preparation, the costumes, the training, the interviews, it was just a distraction from the real agenda. Today, some of us will die. Drusilla drops by the apartment to complete her last official escort duty. Seeing we're searched and loaded into the van, I don't know where Maisley stowed the packet, but she comes up clean. Once we're chained in, a woman in the white coat, carrying a set of syringes, shoots something into each of our forearms. She doesn't have to tell us it's our tracker, an electronic device that allows the game maker to find us in the arena. What happens if we win? Do they take it out? Asks Wyatt. We collect all of them from the tributes, dead or alive, says the woman. They're reusable. Of course, this year we needed 24 extra. Thanks for reminding us. Drusilla stands at the back of the van. All right, you lot, she says. Try not to embarrass me. Bid. Maisley rallies one last time, as if you needed our help. That's my girl. Drusilla slams the door shut on us. We're taken to some sort of runway where half a dozen hovercrafts await. Then loaded into a windowless compartment and strapped into our seats across from District 11. They look as terrified as we do. Only Lulu seems unbothered. She catches sight of the token that one of the girls, Chicory, wears. A flower woven of grass, and fixates on it. Then she begins to make little hand motions as she sings in a breathy voice. Flower there, beside my feet, growing up between the corn. Combines here, so duck your head, duck your head, duck your head. Combines here, so duck your head, to see another morn. Chicory reacts with surprise. She addresses the rest of us, since Lulu's mental state precludes answering. How does she know that song? You sing it in 12? As something of an authority on songs in 12, by virtue of time spent with Lenore Dove, I shake my head. That's a harvest song for kids, Chicory continues. That's our song. She peers at Lulu's face, exchanges a look with her 11 tributes, then sings. Mocking jab on the branch. Lulu takes over at once, nesting in this apple tree, picking time to fly away, fly away, fly away. Picking time to fly away with me. How do you explain that then? Chicory asks us. We don't, says Maisley. She's not ours. Ours is dead, and she's the replacement they sent us. Like as not, she's from 11. Our mentor thinks so anyway. She doesn't seem to care if the capital's listening. Tile, the largest of the 11 tributes, speaks in a tight voice. You didn't think that was worth mentioning? We didn't know for sure until now, says Wyatt. We've just been trying to look out for her. Does it matter where they took her from? 11 or 12? Aren't we all on the same side? Lulu ignores us as she tries to wiggle out of the safety straps. Do you know who she might be, I ask? Chicory shakes her head. We're a big district, and who knows how long she's been with them. She leans towards Lulu as much as her straps allow. Little girl, what's your real name? If one of us makes it back, we can tell your family. Lulu hesitates, attempts to speak, then grabs her ear and lets out a shriek. Wyatt catches her free hand and tries to soothe her. We think that they put something inside her ear to control her, Maisley tells them. That's why you wanted us to be careful what we say, says Chicory, putting it together. Then listening. She sits back in her seat, her face sorrowful. Maybe her people will recognise her. I don't say so, but I've got a feeling her people are long dead. And if they're alive, how tragic for them to see her, to only to lose her again. There's no good ending in Lulu's story. We lift off, which would be amazing under other circumstances, but here only adds to my queasiness. Everybody shuts up for a while, which really gives me a chance to mentally prepare. I should be planning my strategy in the arena, but I keep thinking about Lenore Dove and how much I love her. I'm wondering if she's home by now, and how she's doing. And Ma and Sid, Burdock and Blair, Hattie. Before I know it, we're descending. We arrive in the arena. We're escorted directly from an interior landing pad to a hallway. I can't look out, but it feels underground. I'm certain I'm on sub A. I turn my head back from side to side, trying to take in every detail of the place as we walk along a curved concrete floor. There are some sort of pipes to my right and doors spaced out to my left, which begin with four marked with the number 6 and go up from there. 4 of the same number each time. 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. It's a bit of a hike until we get to 11, and they direct Chicory inside. We lose the rest of our 11 allies, and then a peacekeeper opens the first door marked 12. I hold out my arms. Without a word, Wyatt and Maisley join in a group embrace. Lulu wiggles into the centre of the hug, and we tighten our hold, feeling one another's pulses and sweat and skin. 10 minutes from now, who will even still have a heartbeat? After a minute, a peacekeeper says, "Let's go." We peel off into our rooms. I'm so nervous, oh my god. We peel off into our rooms, and last of all. Before I go in, I catch sight of the next door down the hall, which has a 1 on it, a ring of tributes for the opening ceremony. I'm alone in the circular room with a transparent tube in the centre of it, my launch pad. A neatly folded set of clothes sits on the lone chair, black, like Maisley suspected. An intercom crackles to life. A voice greets me. "Welcome to your lunchroom. At home we call it the stockyard, the place where animals wait to be slaughtered." The voice instructs. The tributes are to change into their new outfits, courtesy of the capital. My flour sack shorts. Ma, Sid. I strip, tossing my training outfit in a pile on the floor. All the arena clothes, underwear, long-sleeve shirt, pants, feel like one of the old silk scarves Lenore Dove uses to extend her costumes. Thin and cool. The fabric runs through my hands like water. There's a belt but no loops on the pants, only on the flowing shirt. So I fasten it around my waist. It's made of stretchy material, and instead of a buckle, it's secured with 2 metallic circles that interlock and unfasten with a quick twist. When I finish dressing, my knees feel wobbly, and I drop into the chair, listening to the pounding of my heart. The arena's minutes away. I can't remember what to do. I hear Wirus's voice. "First, avoid the slaughter. Get weapons. Look for water." Water. Right. I'm supposed to drown the brain. What? More instructions. Tributes. Please enter your tubes. I rise shakily to my feet as the door handle turns and Effie Trinket flies into the room. Wait, not yet. I have to check in. She's white as a sheet. I only found out I was supposed to do this at breakfast, she says in a hushed voice. No one could find Magno. She quickly goes to my outfit, adjusting the belt. Did you see this? She shows me my pants have a handkerchief in one of the pockets, which I leave in place. Thanks, I manage. Tributes who are not in their tubes in 30 seconds will be disciplined. Come on. Effie guides me to the tube and centers me on the glass plate. She arranges my token so it's outside the shirt. The trembling of her hands allow me to ask a favour. Will you make sure my token gets home to my girl? Effie nods and lays a hand over it solemnly. I will do my absolute best. She steps back and the doors begin to slide shut. Remember, Hamish, don't drop off your plate for 60 seconds. As the doors click shut, she pumps the air with a fist and adds, but keep a positive attitude. Oh my god, I love Effie. I rise up, locking my eyes on hers until things go black, making me lose my bearings. My sweaty palms swipe the sides of the glass tube as I try to steady myself. When the tube runs out and I'm teetering on the plate with a gust of air hits my face and the light blinds my eyes. As they adjust, my brows shoot up in disbelief as I get my first look at the arena. The beauty takes my breath away. Ladies and gentlemen, let the 50th Hunger Games begin, proclaims an announcer. A scowl contracts my face as suspicion set in. It's just too attractive to be good. The smooth green meadows stretching for miles in every direction. The array of colourful songbirds overhead that match the tufts of cheerful flowers underfoot, that match the outfits on the tribute's back. You're okay. Sky so blue it hurts your eyes, clouds so fluffy you want to bounce on them. And the smell, like they bottled the best day of spring and uncorked it just for us. I block my nose and begin to mouth breathe to avoid the dizzying scent. I try to examine the shiny gold cornucopia and its nest of weapons and supplies that rest in the centre of the meadow 50 yards away. But a gentle breeze caresses my face, and the bird's song, distracts me of thoughts of Lenore Dove. There are woods here, too, like our woods in 12. Far off to my left. To my right, small mountains with a crown of snow. Is that where the tank is? Under the mountain? A fluff ball of a bunny rabbit hops up on my foot and nibbles the grass next to the plate. Its pale fur, grey, tinted with lilac and pink, a shade of dove. I'm reaching for the silken coat when suddenly the rabbit startles and speeds off, bringing me to my senses. Focus, my brain says. What are you supposed to be doing? First, avoid the slaughter. Get weapons, look for water. Right, I have to get weapons and get out of here. But which direction do I need to run? North. BT said go north, and Plutarch says the arena is positioned like our sun. Do I believe Plutarch? I think of getting to say goodbye to my family, and how he covered for me with the milk pitcher, and the call to Lenore Dove. Okay, what the hell, I do. Wyra said to trust your instincts, and mine say that he was telling the truth. If I don't locate any berms, maybe I'll reconsider. But for now. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and the sun's rising behind the cornucopia directly across from me. Okay, so that's east. West to my back. That makes north to my right. No, my left. North to the left. Where the woods are, not the mountains. That's good news, because the tributes found out to my right are mostly careers. Silcott on the next plate, then Panache and the other girl and boy from District 1 and 2. While to the left it's nothing but newcomers, in general. District 1's too close for comfort, but they'll want weapons, and kills more than they want to chase me down, especially if I'm armed, and that is such easy pickings. I spot Ampert and the other District 3 tributes sandwiched between 2 and 4, and have to squelch the impulse to run in to protect them. Ampert wouldn't want me to. He'd want me to clear out, find him in the muck portal, and rendezvous with him as soon as possible. He'll be headed north soon too. I hone in on the spring green backpack near the tail of the cornucopia. I can run at a diagonal directly at it, grab a few weapons on the way, or at least one knife, and hopefully be gone before anyone notices. It might work. People look pretty confused. I see Panache's head twist as a daffodil yellow bird perches on his shoulder and twitters. Then the gong rings, and the tread of my new boots grip the meadow grass as I sprint for the backpack. Barely breaking pace, I scoop up a spear in my left hand and a knife in my right, which I use to hook the strap of the backpack. I allow myself one quick glance over my shoulder, which is enough to reassure me that the careers are late to the party, some still on their plates, others slow on the uptake, just reaching the weapons. As I make for the woods, I lock eyes with Kerna for a second, clock her sunflowers as she heads for the weapon, and then I just run for those distant trees. It's only a moment before the screams begin, but I force myself to stay the course, knowing that seeing a District 12 tribute or any newcomer at death's door could pull me into the fray. Was that Lulu's shriek? It was just a girl's, a young one certainly. Don't look back, I tell myself. Don't you dare look back. My right arm aches from the weight of the pack, and I take a moment to secure it on my back, slip the knife safely in my belt. Spear in my right hand now. I settle for a jog I think I can sustain for a long haul to the north. The meadow grass, which was short and even at the cornucopia, increases in height as I progress, until it's tall enough to tangle my boots. If I step high, I step high, and I keep an eye out for snakes. I only spot flowers, songbirds, and the occasional bunny, nothing venomous or deadly. I revisit Wyris's checklist. First, avoid the slaughter. Doing it. Get weapons. Got them. Look for water. I can't yet. Not until I'm safely in the woods. And then it will have to be on my way north. Say I find it quick, then what? Find food and where to sleep. No, way too soon. Still SOTR avoidance going on. Then I have to get as close to the tank as possible and find a mutt portal. But I feel okay about my progress. As long as I can, I run as long as I can, then slow to a hike and use my spear for a walking stick. The grass now reaches my waist. Up ahead, the forest borders the meadow in a smooth arc. The lush trees, a mix of greens and bursts of gold and orange, laden with bright blooms and a ripe fruit, promise everything I seek. Shade from the hot sun, food to fill my belly, concealment from the careers. The heady scent of pine and blossoms wafting from the woods calms my racing heart. Charming, enticing. These words don't do it justice. There is something almost magical about it, as if once inside those leafy arms, nothing bad could ever befall you. This must be how insects feel in the Nepenthes plant, right before they drown, which may well be my fate when the tank explodes. When I reach the tree line, I judge I've covered about 2 miles. I climb on the big rock to check for tributes, but the expanse of grass seems empty of both allies and enemies. The cannon shots begin. Let me know the bloodbath at the cornucopia has ended. Normally they fire to confirm any death, but they come on so thick and fast at the beginning that the game makers wait until the initial killing spree is ended. The booms keep coming, resonating in my backbone, until I count 18 of us. I won't know who until tonight when they show the faces of the fallen tributes in the sky. But there are only 16 careers, so the newcomers have not been spared. Probably many are newcomers. I try not to think about who, but it could be Maisie or Wyatt or Lulu or Regina or Ampert. What if Ampert has already been taken out? What happens to the plan then? He was an easy target in that big patch of careers. No, I tell myself, no, he's too smart. He will find you. Just do your part of the job. I take a seat on the rock to catch my breath and examine my backpack. After years of hauling grain for Hattie, I can confidently judge it to be around 25 pounds. It's made of a nice tough canvas with padded straps. The spring green should blend in well with the trees. I hesitate before I open it. My life may well depend on the contents. Then flip back the flap and begin to lay out my surprise. A mesh hammock, same colour as the pack. Cushions, a fancy pair of binoculars. 2 plastic gallon jugs full of water. That accounts for that much of the weight. A dozen apples. A dozen eggs in a cardboard carton, which I determine are hard-boiled by spinning them. And finally, 6 large potatoes, which excite me until I remember that I gave the light bulb kit to Maisie. Well, she and Wyatt stand a better chance of not getting caught cheating with BT stuff, given that they've got a zinc script coin and a copper medallion between them. Hopefully they got some potatoes too. For me, these will probably be dinner. To be honest, given the size of the pack and its proximity to the cornucopia, I was hoping for better. I scrounged around inside to make sure I didn't miss anything. An outside pocket adds a generous packet of coin-sized black tablets to my haul. I'm thinking maybe if you drop them in water, they turn into a steak dinner or something, but a cautious nibble blows that theory. If I'm not mistaken, they are the same charcoal tablets Mom used to buy from the March's shop for indigestion when she overate. A bad joke on the game maker's part, given that no tribute's in danger of overeating. They're probably all having a good laugh at my reaction now. Whatever, maybe I can use them for camouflage or something. I take a big swig of water and reload my pack. No food allowed until I get a better sense of what's available in the wood. Then I make sure the mountain's squarely at my back and head into the trees. It's a relief to get off in the meadow grass and onto the forest floor, made of dirt covered in pine needles. Scattered patches of emerald moss and rainbow ferns add a decorative touch. In a few minutes I spot my first burn, smooth and symmetrical with a glorious layer of buttercups. Plutarch was right about that much anyway. Does it conceal a mutt portal? No time to check now, and anyway, I'm not northerly enough. The woods are as picture perfect as the meadow, full of sweet, colourful things, but the farther I press on, the madder I get. That tree, groaning with apples. Those nests, full of eggs, and streams burbling with crystal clear water abound. If it's in my backpack, it's easy pickings. Probably I could dig anywhere and find potatoes. Was my entire pack just a big joke? Here I am, hauling 25 extra pounds around like a saphead. Most of this feels like dumping the contents on the ground, but then I'd have to waste time collecting it all over again. So I keep trudging on, noting the berms on the way. I hear 2 more cannon shots. 20 dead now. In the usual games, only 4 tributes would be left alive. This year, 28 of us remain. When the thirst begins to get to me, I stop by a stream, propping my pack against a tree. I scoop a few handfuls of the icy water. It's a little metallic, but not so much as our well water back home. I slow down though, because guzzling cold water on a hot day can give me a bellyache. I lean against my pack. A dove-coloured rabbit hops across the stream from me and helps itself to a good long drink. It sits on the bank, ears twitching, reminding me that I've helped burdock set snares on occasions. I don't have any wire, though, but I could possibly kill a creature that brings to mind my girl. Words are so hard. I'm pondering this when the bunny starts squealing like a baby bird, goes stiff as a board, then falls over. A trickle of red stains the fur on its chin.